Good morning, everyone. I hope you had a good weekend. Lots of people already here, and hopefully, I'm playing now. I I'm just going to pretend like I'm live. It may cut off. Good morning, good morning, good morning. You and me, FPP with Sylvia. She is here. Oh, she's here, but she is here sitting on a boat with grandkids waiting for lunch. Oh, that's nice. Deborah Holman, good morning. Sherlock Sows, Lori, good morning. Tracy Albert, good morning. Oh my goodness, it is bright and early for you. Oh, my coffee is still very hot because I just got it. Oh, well, wow, lots of people here, and thank you for joining me. And for those of you that may be new, hi, I'm Coleen Sews and Chats, and I tend to be very chatty. I sew off camera more than I sew on camera, but I do so. And right now, I am working on a project for my in-laws' farmers market. There's no way you're going to see all this. It's underneath my presser foot. And let's see, what have I been up to though? I tried free motion quilting Friday. It's too early to say I am or am not a fan. I am a fan of the way it looks. And I was chatting with Marie from Marie Scrappy Creations, and she was doing a different stitch, and my hands don't want to do this. I don't know why. They're happy doing circles, but when I try to do a wave, they don't like it. Good morning, Brenda. Good morning, Michelle the Quilter from Central New York. Cold there. It's in the 40s here. It's going to be mid-60s today in Missouri. And then it's supposed to drop out and then go back up again. Welcome to our bipolar weather. But I did try the free motion quilting, and this is the foot for my brother machines. They both have the same one. It's got a couple little red lines. There's the hole. And it's a solid piece that goes around. It doesn't have slit or anything. So I thread the top thread, I thread it through that hole and pull it out underneath instead of pulling my threads up like I usually do, because that seems like a bad choice. Oh, at first I thought I would try on my draw lines. Had I done this when I very first started sewing, I think my life would have been much, much easier. I see people say that that's how you teach children to sew, is you give them a piece of lined paper with or without thread in the machine and have them trace the lines with the needle as it goes, which is brilliant and so much smarter than how I learned. I don't even remember how I learned. Home ec, I didn't learn a lot. I learned I didn't want to sew, I didn't want to cook, and I didn't want to know the proper etiquette for setting the table. I wanted to go outside and play. And this one, I tried without the thread. I just drew some stuff and tried to trace it. And this one over here, this was easier than the squiggly. And that may be a me thing. Well, and then I tried like loop-de-loops. I don't know what else to call those, with some thread. Pretty sure that's the back. But the problem with that was I wasn't getting the tension from the thread and the friction that is created from going through the fabrics and the batting and everything to give me an actual feel for it. So then I switched. I just wanted to try it to see if I was going to fight it as much as I thought I was going to fight it. Then I switched to this random block that I had. which is actually starting to look a lot better to me than it did. I just didn't like the colors when I got it. I like them with other colors. I don't know why. I just, it was that line that I just thought I didn't like until I put it in with other stuff. But this one, the first thing I did was, let's see if I can see this. I did a kind of stitch in the ditch. I just wanted to follow that line, and I got that. It was a mess. Well, it wasn't my threaded, the way my needle was threaded. I did it slow. And actually Marie Googled it to find out what happened. And I was like, I think it's because it's too slow. I don't want to go faster. So I sped up, immediately saw the differences. It worked a lot better when I was speeding up. And those aren't bad. Those are pretty uniform, but I was still going pretty slow. I did forget to put on either my gardening gloves that I have for quilting or my compression gloves, and my hands were not happy with me. And I know from the headache I still have today, working its way back, that scoliosis, that part in my back is not a fan of me doing that for long periods of time. Good morning, Agnes. I think I said good morning, Brenda, if I didn't, good morning again. I don't know why. Brenda comes in and I keep thinking I forgot to say hi to her. I know I do that a lot because I rewatch the first time around to make sure I haven't said anything horribly out of line. I know what you're thinking. What counts as horribly out of line in your mind? Oh my goodness. But two things, if you have problems with your hands or arthritis, wear your quilting gloves, wear compression gloves, and or compression gloves. My hands would get too hot, which would make them swell and uncomfortable to move if I had both on, I think. But and the other thing was, I think Melissa told me, this drives me nuts. I think Melissa told me, set a timer. Set a timer so I'm doing it in small intervals instead of doing it until I get bored. I think that could probably really help my back. My talking is going up my spine and into my head. I think that could really help my back. But this is just orphan block I had, pieces of batting I had, and I mean pieces. It's been Frankenstein, and I've got more in there to Frankenstein, so I can do more of this. And on the back, I used the poly cotton my bonus mom gave me, and I got that idea from Marie. Not going to claim it as my own. She was saying that she doesn't like poly cottons. They don't smell good if you iron them. So I was thinking, I've got some poly cottons. I could use those to practice. And you could tell it's all those, pinched marks. Can't think of my words. I do bad on a good day. Puckered. All those puckers. Thank you very much, Google, for not fixing that. Not Google, YouTube. I'm going to have to go in and check the closed captioning to make sure they understand my words. I wasn't paying attention because I literally laid these on top of each other and went. I should have basted it somehow, pinned it somehow. I should have done something like that, but I didn't. And so that's why that is there. And that's not going to break my heart. Yeah, see, ooh, that one's I didn't get too many of those because I was adjusting my speed. I don't know if you call that eyelashes or what you call that, but it's not pretty. You don't want that on the back of your quilt anyway. And if you use a grid system, you can do like one little square at a time, which is a brilliant idea. Okay, let's drink some coffee because it's coffee time here in my house. Oh, okay, I need to get back to chat. Spill the coffee on everything. That would be very bad. Agnes, good morning, Coleen and everyone. Deborah, that is how I keep up practicing on my treadle machine. Cool. Oh, morning, morning. Nothing is horribly out of line. You just end up on a short. Love you too, Tracy. I can't say if you can't see. Tracy said that. And it may have to be a weekly thing, although we're very well behaved most of the time. Not only will you wind up in a short, I'm going to tag you in the short. At least put your first name in there so everybody knows who was tormenting me during my life. Oh, Agnes, that's better than me. I haven't even tried it yet. This was my first try. I literally got over here with a piece of paper, took my threads out, and tried a little bit that way. I don't know why it scares me. This is a small machine. It's, like I've said before, just about the cheapest one. I think I got it at Walmart. I may have gotten it from the Brother Sews themselves, their company, ordered it from them. And that. Anyway, this is about the cheapest one. There's not a lot of space on the bed, and I don't have an extension for it. My other machine, I have an extension for it. I didn't want to hook it up. I brought it out, which is why I did it Friday. It literally took me 10 minutes to clean up the disaster I had made. I wasn't going to turn the camera on because I was like, this is going to take forever. I'm just not going to do that. And like 10 minutes later, I was like, why was I pouting? Why did I not want to do this when all I had to do was put things back where they belong? It's a problem with me. But anyway, I did get that one out in case I wanted to use it. I'm not a fan of switching machines often. And when I say switching, I don't mean just going from one machine to the next. I mean taking this machine over here, bringing that machine over there, setting it up again. The other one is set up in my back room next to the wall so I can wind bobbins on it because this thing is horrible at winding a bobbin. It hasn't found one that it likes yet. So I don't even have, that's not even a fight I'm going to have. I do it on another machine. Forgive my squinting. I'm going to be doing a lot of squinting. Lori says she's, oh, I'm skipping people. That's not nice. Brenda Foley, I started free motion quilting and writing cursive scripture, names, words. And see, that would be good. In fact, I forgot about that. Somebody told me write curvy letters. Well, my name is basically in cursive, a whole lot of curves. That is a great tip. Great tip. Lori still has to learn free motion. 505 basting spray. Yes, I am out of 505. I do have some Elmer's though. I could have easily basted it. It's just it was so small. And I'm lazy. That's usually what it boils down. No, I'm not lazy. I was having trouble with my hips. I am lazy, but I was having trouble with my hips, and walking was not on my agenda. Even if it is to the next room. If you have arthritis in your hips, you know. Okay, Tracy Albert, I get puckers on my quilts also, and no one who loves you cares or will notice that it's not supposed to. Yes. Melissa was here, she could tell you what she says. I forget what she says, but something if you don't like my quilt, if you got a problem with it, go home. I need to write that down. See, Deborah Holdman, I tried free motion quilting last summer, then got sidetracked. LOL. Yeah, I think that's what's going to happen with me. In fact, I've got a drawer, and that's one of the reasons I tidied my space so I could fit some of this free motion quilting stuff. Just over here in a drawer. Drop it in a drawer, and it's there when I want it next time. And I would have put up you can't see the magazine rack. There is a magazine rack over here. Hold my graph paper, some legal size notebook paper, the pig patterns that I printed out that I made and printed out, and a couple of my bigger rulers, which is so much easier than getting in those bottom drawers. Bottom drawers are made for things that you don't need all the time. And every time I think I'm not going to touch this ruler for a few weeks, I need it within seconds. I don't plan well. Brenda Foley t-shirt. Yes, it should be on a t-shirt. How about just go home? I know, right? If someone is looking at class at your work, there will be issues. I'm picky enough. Lori says those. And yeah, we're our own worst critics as it is. I don't think we need to be criticized by other people for it. Now, if you're just learning and like the eyelashes, first of all, I didn't know they were eyelashes when I was just learning. Second of all, I didn't know what I was doing wrong to fix them. So if you're learning, that's a horse of another color. If it's one of those issues that just pops up on you, you do what you can and they either love you or they don't. Jeannie's Crocheting Creations. Good morning. It's nice to see you. I'm pretty sure I follow you. I recognize the name, but I don't think I've seen you in chat again. It's hard to remember if I've seen somebody in my chat or on somebody else's chat or just their channel in general. It's nice to see. Oh, sorry. I'm clicking weird things. Trying. Being goofy. Yeah, I have. I went to your page so I can see. Crochet. Now, I don't crochet. I love to watch crochet. I've tried crocheting, but I'm one of those people, I learned knitting first, so crochet doesn't come in as easily as maybe if I learned crocheting first. I can do both. I don't I just don't. Easiest. She knits and crochets and sews. I imagine the sewing is what the sewing is what got my attention. And if you'd like to check her out, I'm gonna drop her link in here. Whoops. I think I'm going to. There we go. You could check her out too because it's Monday morning. There we go. Because like I always say, rising tide lifts all ships. Be the tide. That means us. YouTube is hard. People can be nasty. Go over and say, hey, good job. Oh, I did have someone. Sometimes I feel the need to explain myself. I know, but I know no one needs this explanation. My short that I put up, what was that? Commissioned. My commissioned piece of art. Because somebody thought it was kind, randomly, just to say, you won't make money at this. Not in an area I was talking about making money, because I don't think I've ever talked about making money. That's never been my goal. I was like, that's rude. Why do you need to act like that? First, I thought, oh, I've mentioned it, and they're just more experienced in this area than I am, because I was in the car, and so all I said was, well, thank you. So I thought I must have mentioned it, must have said something that brought this up. No, they just know I wasn't going to make money. So anyway, if you know me, you know I am all about the money. So wow, I think I'm just going to give up and quit YouTube. Find something that pays off, like donating plasma. I was so not going to rant about anything today. Anyway, On this, I have got 1/4 inch bias tape from Walmart. You're not gonna be able to see that at all. It's it reminds me of a ladder. I don't know what stitch that is, but it reminds me of a ladder. It's down the sides and then it just zigzags in between. That's what I'm using to put the outer lining of the pig, and the pig still needs a tail. It doesn't have a tail. I don't know why I haven't given it a tail. Maybe that would be a good free motion thing for it. But I decided outlining it in white makes it pop. And I need to get back to the chat because I just went all over the place. Oh. Jeannie says, thank you. I haven't posted new videos for quite some time. I didn't even look to see how old your videos were. That's okay. You never know where you're going to get inspiration from. I've seen people that get things picked up, they're 4 or 5 years old. They'd forgotten that they did them, and all of a sudden they're in their analytics. This is killing it for you. Good morning, Sylvia at You and Me FP. Hi, everyone. Just finished eating chicken burger on a boat. Seems like a tongue twister. Are you messing with me? No, she was on the boat with the grands. Yay. And it's good afternoon for Sylvia. Sylvia's over in the UK. Everyone's saying hi. Tracy Albert says, we don't quilt for money. I don't anyway. I quilt for loved ones. That's exactly. But my mother-in-law, because my bonus mama, Jill, because I was making this and I sew and there's not anyone else in our family that sew, I thought she gave me a ton of stuff. Serger, all those flannels, some cottons, that ton of threads that I showed. I think that is all those threads are from her. So I wouldn't say I'm not making money because if I had to buy any of that, that would be, expensive. So nah. Every day, every Monday, I'm going to get up. I'm going to behave. I'm not going to faces. I can't make it 5 minutes, y'all. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Lori, for sharing links. I appreciate it. That's what moderators, not all are there for, but they do help me with that. That way I'm not over here and I can actually sew. And you notice I did sit up to sew. Might get there. Oh. Jeannie says we had Cajun chicken from Diamond Mart last night. I don't know what that is. Cajun anything always looks good to me. I'm not a heat person, so, but they smell divine. Brenda Foley, we've been missing you on Danny's. Still not an expert. I'm loving your pig. Can't wait to see it finished. Can't see. Can't wait to see finished one. The finished one. I can't read. That was not her typing off. That was all me. Thank you, Sylvia. I'm still learning. Bear with me on these linky things. Sherlock sews. Yeah. Don't let her fool you. Let's see. Oh, Sylvia, we have grandkids, so came out for a day. Yay. That's always nice. It's the best exhausted you'll ever be when you have grandkids. Jeannie is crocheting a gnome wall hanging right now. It's from a graph. I love gnomes. I don't know why. And maybe this will end eventually, but I love gnomes. Oh. Brenda's talking about the chat yesterday with Sylvia. Oh, yeah, Sylvia could do any FPP. Oh, I'll let those two chat. They don't need me to put my nose in it. Although it doesn't mean I won't. Okay. Tracy. Hi, Sylvia, my better mom. Oh, Sylvia says, "Hi, Tracy. Loving my extra daughter. LOL." Okay. Jeannie says, "The chicken was awesome. Potato wedges and honey biscuits, just slightly spiced." Man, that sounds good. Now I want biscuits and gravy. It's breakfast time here. Oh, I don't know what that is. Have you seen Legit Kids FPP Muscle Car Spectacular? It may not have been for me. No, I am not. Jeannie loves gnomes. I crochet a few for my daughter's stepmom. Oh, that is so sweet. Sylvia is heading out into the town for a look about now that they've ate. Have a good day, Sylvia. Thank you for dropping in. And Sylvia, I believe her link got in there. Sylvia is on Friday mornings and she's doing a quilt along with the series that she's created. The patterns during that specific quilt along and 1 week after it ends are free. She'll be starting a new one. Trying to remember the dates. She'll be starting a new one this Friday, a new set of FPP. So if you haven't got her FPP, go find her playlist. Underneath is a Google Doc with the FPPs. After that, you'll have to contact her, and she has PayPal, and it's a digital download. How is that? I am having trouble keeping this straight because the fabric's wanting to pull one way, and I'm wanting to pull the binding strip the other way. So what I have learned is if I don't try to move them both, and this is a very awkward place, it literally goes like this, about that big. So I'm trying to go up and down. If I try to control the strip with this one, this hand, my right hand, and the fabric a little bit more so with my left hand, to keep it where I want it, and go painfully slow, just making sure it's not puckering on me underneath, but staying right up next to that pig. I also learned that this foot actually has, oh, maybe it's my other foot. I find a place on the foot that lines the fabric up for me. So I know if I have the fabric line there up, yeah. I know that the needle is gonna land where I want it to. And I made my stitch just a little bit narrower than the fabric setting on this one because it wasn't, oh, this is a pain. The needles would be pushing it out of the way. This 1/4" bias tape that I bought, the factory setting was just a little too wide. I was really having to be careful to keep it in between the lines. And then hey, those are fingers, not food. Yeah. Am I the only one whose machine is continually trying to bite her? I mean, if it's not the fabric it wants to eat, it's my fingers, I think. I do have a, what you call it, my not stiletto. Problem with this is I kind of have my hands full trying to keep track. I'm not going to make that round the way I am. So instead of just turning it with my hand like I would when I'm doing like a top stitch around a circle, I would pivot my hand and turn it. I'm turning everything. And I'll show you I think I can get it close enough. I put a up close picture on the thumbnail for this because I feared I would never get a good pic between my internet helping me out and stuff, which is not doing too bad today. That's nice of it. Some places it does just look like a mess. Let's see. And let's get close. Probably not. I'll tell you what I'll do. I don't know if I've got enough light over here to do this. If you get motion sickness, please look away for a second. I'm going to move you. And I'm holding it. I have trimmers, so that means I'm a little bit shaky. We'll try our best not to be. Let's see. This camera is trying to pick up the light. Well, oh, that one's not bad right here where my thumb is. Oh, there it is. It's kind of a ladderish stitch. It's not perfect, but it's good. And on this, I did there we go. It's meander. Stipple meander thingy stitch. I'll put you back where you go so you stop getting seasick now. Lori, stop enjoying that. I don't know what went on. I look up and I just see Sherlock says, say, wee! Yes, we have a good time. We're going to start calling that. I'm never going to remember this. I'll try to start calling that. Let's go for a camera ride. Anyway, that is what I'm doing. And thank goodness it's going to be on the wall in back of them. Nobody's going to be up close. I don't know what I just did, but that's weird. Okay. I was trying to turn it slightly by hand, get me on a straight mark again. And I wasn't where I needed to be. I like just making things up and doing them. And I like that it has somewhere to go when I'm done. I'll have to get a picture of this intersection when I'm done. But yes, this is actually how slow I do it. Because I'm watching that needle, trying very hard to keep it. There's a lot of twists and turns. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. 7, it's a little bit after 7. We still got some time. I'm going to try very hard to stop at the hour point, so maybe my egg won't go for more. I'm on. Oh. And apparently I missed something. Sylvia says the boat's coming on the canal. That sounds very relaxing. Yes, that's right, Coleen. Not sorted pattern yet. Friday. Better get working tomorrow. You better hope I don't have my. I'm teasing her. I hope we're getting them into Google Docs because tech is a lot of stuff to remember. That's all I'll say about that. Lori says, can you use the other foot from your second sewing machine? Are they interchangeable? Yes, both. I don't know which foot you're talking about. Let's see if she texted me. Thank you, Lori. Lori, explain that one to me. I'm a little bit behind or ahead. Yeah, the brothers that I have and maybe all the rotary machines that I have, all the foots are interchangeable. Or, the feet. Oh, Jeannie's crochet creation says, "As long as it stays put." LOL. Exactly. This ain't moving nowhere. When I've run out of thread or it's, uh yeah, I guess I've only run out of thread. I was gonna say or it's broken, but I haven't had any trouble breaking that I remember. I may be lying. Trying to go back over the meander for this and keep it lined up. It worked a couple times and I was like, "Wow." It doesn't work all the time. Deborah's getting coffee. The piggy quilt and stitches looks good. Thank you, Sherlock Sews. You're cutting in and out a voice. Oh, am I still cutting in and out? Because I'm thinking it could be because my head was turned away from the camera. It could if it was when I had the camera and I was showing the stitches, that microphone is on the camera. So if the microphone's facing away from me, it's going to do that. Is that what it is? I don't need any more tech problems. I've already been told I'm not getting a new computer. That's not out of meanness. We can't afford it right now. I said that, it sounds like I'm being bullied. I can't have a new computer. No. Can't afford it right now. Budgets happen. Oh, I saw the word Chanel, and I also thought that for the pig's tail. I'll go back up and find out about that. Seen a cool hack on one of those 10 sewing hack videos. They taped a big straw. They taped a big straw on a machine, threaded bias through that to guide it. May work, free up hand, I think. It might. She thinks they use Chanel. Chenille. Okay, that's what that was about. That might. Now this is the foot for this stitch. I don't know if this is how you're supposed to use this. It's got a, uh can I get that off? Oh, this thing is up. I don't know if that's big enough for the needle to fit through. Oh, it is. This one, okay. It's got a crevice right here in the middle. I actually tried doing that with it. I didn't like how that was feeling. So put it through that crevice and it just put it that way. I did try that. I don't know what made me think to try that. I've probably seen something somewhere. Now it's stuck and I'm not getting it back. That straw. I'm gonna have to see about that. I have a straw. Quarter inch would probably fit. I can't remember. I also straws that come with the big water bottles. This would definitely fit through that. Thank you. Now I've got to try that. Okay. Deborah says I'm going in and out. Brenda says I'm not. Sherlock So says I liked another foot better. Good morning, memoirs of a long arm quilter. That would be sexy stuff. You are up early while you're around early. I know you're always up early because you got places to go. I hope you had a good weekend. It's good to see you. Long and Sherlock Sews is long shank or short shank where you can change feet on machines. Oh, and if your sewing machines are the same name, I'm pretty sure the sewing machine is low short shank. I'm pretty sure this one is too. I looked it up once. It wasn't something that I needed to hang on to in my memory, so I didn't. I said I liked another foot better. I'm still. Oh, probably this foot. The universal one. I do like that foot better. And it does have, you'll never be able to see this, but I'm gonna try to do it anyway. It does have 3 lines where the needle goes in, one on the left, one on the right, and one in the middle. I learned that if I line it up on the they sent me, if I line it up on the right marking for the edge of whatever I'm doing a like a blanket stitch, if I line that right up on the edge, that will get very close. My stitch goes very close to the edge that way. And if you have a bulky seam, I'm gonna get Emma in there in just a second. If you have a bulky seam that's got the hump jumper, which, by the way, I was trying to remember where I heard that term and for what, and I realized yesterday. Wendy, Gypsy woman, she had I think it may have been a plastic piece she was showing me because I was having trouble with my seam on this thing. This doesn't like them. I don't care what you do, it does not like thick seams. The other one is fine. This one does not care for them. So anyway, she had she called it a humpered jump. Hump, she called it something like that. So when I pushed that button, I was like, "Up jumper," and I was like, "Where have I heard that?" It's not original. Fairly certain it's not called that either. This the button. Push that button in, and it gets you over the bulky areas. Where's my? Pardon me while I put a link in. Oh, that should do it. Oh, Sherlock Sows, how are you today? Mars asked. Good, trying to get myself to housework. I'm being lazy, Lori says. I houseworked last month. I also did it last week. My husband is so sweet. I had a migraine Saturday, and I don't save the laundry, but I'll do a couple loads during the week, and then I'll do because I wait till I get full loads. I'm not going to do partial loads in the laundry, and then I'll do the full loads on Saturday when I'm home all day, and I don't have to worry about throwing my back out and not being able to drive. This Saturday, I just had a sick migraine all day long. I went to bed at 6:30 in the afternoon because I was laying on the couch. I couldn't fight it anymore. It was making me nauseous. My eyes were having, well, you know how light affects if you've had migraines, if you've had bad headaches. Light. Oh, he did all the laundry. It did take him all day, but he did all the laundry, so I wouldn't have to do it all day Sunday. I know some of you are probably thinking, well, he should. His too. Well, yes, but I actually do like to do housework. Don't leave it unsub now. My back doesn't like it, so I have to have help. It's weird what you find that you like to do when it's taken away from you and you don't have a choice anymore. For a long time, I couldn't manage it. That's neither here nor there. My head is feeling better at the moment. And if my mic is still going in and out on you, migraines are not, but no, they're not. If the mic is still going in and out on you, I didn't think to say this earlier. I apologize. My brain is kind of slow. I get there with answers, I just don't get there quickly. Try refreshing the page. I think Melissa Craftily Creative was probably out here last night, but she's changed her time to Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern for her live. It works better for their internet. All that. It seems to do better. Most of this I am doing a decent job. I'm not going to say an excellent job, a decent job. But remember, this is the first time I've done this. I'm not going to sit here and beat myself up if I go off this white and hit my yellow background just a little bit. I did here. In fact, I think it's in the picture. If you look at the picture in the thumbnail really close, you can see that I went off the white and I hit the yellow. That's okay. I'm not. I used to beat myself up over things like that all the time. And if I can't do it perfect, I didn't want to do it. As other people can do it perfectly. I'll tell you something else. Most of those other people have been doing this a tad bit longer. They didn't start out perfect. And I tend not to hang around perfectionists too much. Wow, that went sideways. Getting around this foot, there's a little bit of curve. Make sure that wasn't my husband beeping me on my phone. I'll be sending him more messages again. Last week I was mad at my phone. I was telling the ladies this other day. I was mad at my phone. When I get home, I send him a message because it's a long drive. And so I let him know when I get home. And I always say, I'm home safe. I love you. My phone was not sending this message for some reason, I imagine, because when he texted me back, I finally looked at my phone and he's like, "Who's there with you?" And I was like, "Huh?" What my phone said to him was, "Come over, I love you." You don't say come over to your husband. You say come home to your husband. And see, he is quick like that. I'm not. My autocorrect would have fixed that and went on. He's like, and he was joking, of course, when he texted me back. Like, I can't remember what he said. Something about that's a weird thing to say. Who's there with you? So the next day, I get home and I say, "Come over, I love you," with a big smiley face. Can't come home right now. No, I said, "Come catch me." That's what I said. After I said that with a smiley face, he said, "I love you too." And then I was like, "Come catch me." No, because if you're with another man, I still have to have a job. I was like, "I don't like your logic." And we could joke like that because, it's not something it's not a thing here. It was funny. It was cute. Oh, I should be reading my chat. I apologize. Let's go back in the chat. Oh, Lori says my mic is fine, so it's probably an issue with your tech. Deborah Holman, I started hunting for my paper protectors and ended up rearranging part of my sewing room. I went to the store to get, um, you put them in your closet. They're too big for underneath the bed, but fabric, um, blanket holders. Because you can get like 2 for $15 or something like that at Walmart. Big blanket holders, and I thought that would be perfect for all this flannel that I have. I went to the store to get that, and I decided I was like, "Oh, I wonder what magazine holders they have." Because I was looking at one for up on the wall or just some, like, shipping envelopes, boxes, something small, or even put in some of my pattern books because I only have a couple. I wound up finding this magazine holder Come home, rearrange this whole area where my stuff was going, and just took stuff out of one drawer, made room down there for more of this project. I don't know why my phone is dinging me like this. And I moved my large ruler that were kinda awkward, 9.5 and a 10-inch Missouri Star square rulers, and this one. I can't tell you what this is, 3 by 16, I think. Yeah, 3 by 16. Into the magazine rack. I'm terrible like that. I'll get one thing and then I will just go on a binge of doing. My husband asked me several years ago to stop throwing our stuff out, calling it decluttering because we're gonna run out of stuff. It's stuff we use, that's what he said. Stuff we Something else I did, sometimes I don't let my foot off the pedal when I should. Something else I did for this machine, it was not liking how my threads were unwinding. You know, you can get that, piece that pedestal that has a hook that comes out, gets it from here and brings it down. I actually rigged one of those with a little pot thingy with the handles on it and a hanger for the other machine. I didn't wanna move it every time I needed it in here. Plus, last time I had some glass in the back in here, it shattered on the floor when I knocked it off. Anyway, so I took this other bobbin holder I have, not bobbin, spool holder I had for my other machine, and this has a place for 2. So I put it where that second spool should go. Put my plastic bobbin on there, and I just put this through the bobbin. I don't think it needs a bobbin, but I think it helps guide it that way, so I don't know why it's working, but it's working, and I'm not gonna mess with it. May not be how it's designed. Dawn over at My Quilt Projects gave me that. Knocked something. Trying to keep it pulled inside, and it kept slipping out on my finger trying to hold it under there. This is a little more jabby, so it keeps it out. I'm not poking through the fabric, but I'm pressing down, grabs it. It was either this or do the letters, the raw edge applique on the letters. And just barely keeping this where it's supposed to be. If my picture messes up, it's because somebody has these. I thought I wanted them all offset. So this one is towards the top. Well, I decided that I want them all centered, so these but beside me are centered and ready to applique those. I have to rearrange all of them. It's not gonna take very long, but I'm not gonna do them right away. Anybody else sewing, working on anything? Rearranging your sewing rooms? I always forget to ask. That's kind of rude. You got company over and you don't ask them what they're doing, what they're up to. That made a weird noise, kind of like my bottom was fixing to be empty. I had a full bottom. I'm whispering now. I apologize. I have learned. I don't know why this was such a hard lesson for me. The feed dogs are there to do their job. Let them. They don't really need my help over 90% of the time. Meaning that I'm not yanking at my fabric. Oh yeah, that's what I want. It's just my speed, I bet. No, I don't know. Yeah, it's not going to show. I'm not getting any nesting. Looks like a nest just by design, but I'm not getting any nesting over there. And occasionally I just wind it by hand. So I can more precisely move it. On that corner, I wanted it to tack down the corner, but then I wanted it to turn the corner with me. I don't know if I plan on making sense this morning or not. But getting some work done on this. And it's straight away. Let's see. I missed stuff. Oh, Deborah said it's fine now. My mic, I don't know if that. She like, so no one is perfect. I say, do you? LOL. Memoirs. LOL. Sassy autocorrect was trying to get you in trouble. I know, right? And I think it didn't succeed because he knows me. But he did search his own soul to find out why that came off wrong. Because I wasn't even thinking about, you'd say, come over to a stranger, not come home. Well, not to a stranger. You know what I mean. And he was like, I know why that bugged me 2 days later. Or maybe it was a day later. I don't know. Sherlock says, thanks for the reminder, Colleen. I have to hang my rolled cork, vinyl, etc. today. I bought one of those a few weeks ago, the over the door shoe holders. I don't like I don't like things hanging on my doors so much. I don't know why. It's things that bother me in my own home don't bother me when they're somewhere else. I was like, "Oh, that looks amazing." No, for some reason, my mind doesn't want it on the door at my house. But I kept looking at those, I was like, "That is genius." Those over-the-door shoe holders, like Melissa Practically Creative uses for paint and all those that stuff, I was like, "I'm positive I could use that." So I ordered one. It's completely cloth, though, I didn't get a vinyl one. It's completely cloth, and I think I can get some gray bias binding tape stuff because I'm lazy. I choose to spend my time doing other things for $2. I'll buy the tape. I think I'm going to cut the sections off, cut the tape over that raw edge, set the tape to the raw edge, and maybe put like clips either This is made to fit on a hanger. It's a laundry clip. I use them to keep things on that. I also sometimes use them to keep things on that. But it would go over a hanger. I could just clip it and use some command hooks, a couple of command hooks that just have one section at a time hanging on one. One of those almost went over here where that magazine rack is. That's what I'm thinking about doing with that. Pretty long. But most of the work is done for me. If I just cut off the sections and reattach, most of that work is done for me. So I don't have to play fabric. That's not where I enjoy putting my time and energy into right now, is making that entire thing from scratch. I kept thinking I could. I got a shower curtain. I know Melissa used shower curtains for stuff before, for sewing. It's like I can make clear pockets, or I could buy them. And I thought, nope, I like these better. And I could put sewing labels on them, or put little pieces of clear vinyl and put little labels inside the vinyl on each pocket. Hi, I'm Coleen Sews and Chats, and I'm a bit of an organizing freak sometimes. Freak is not a nice word. Don't say that to your friends. I do like to organize stuff. I'm not brilliant at it. My friend over at my Tidy Up keeps me inspired. Oh, have a good day, Memoirs. She says, gotta run. You're up. Off and running. Of course. That's what happens when you have other people in your home. I don't know why. Oh, the letters look great. Sherlock So says, thank you. I agree, Lori. They look great. Thank you. Thank you. Take care, Steph. Deborah, going to finish the panels for my fabric shelf today, then to hang them. Yay! See, you can sew. You can make a whole lot of stuff you see. You could probably copy it. And the only reason I would do that is if I wanted it in a different fabric. If I wanted the shoe organizer in a different fabric, it's gray. It's a flat gray, which is what I like. But if you wanted like a pretty floral, I don't think I've ever seen them in like pretty floral. That would be pretty though. I'm not a real floral person. I know a lot of people. Okay. Rabbit hole. Found my way out. Oh, let's see. Lori, I'm slowly working on small pouch, a bowl that looks like a chicken, and it's adorable. The pieces you showed us. Tracy doing the hand embroidery for the back of the quilt today. Got to lay out the blocks and put sashing on. Oh, I might have in Discord later, Tracy. Deborah, I need to laminate some pattern pieces today also. Laundry today also. Deborah is going to have a very busy day. Pace yourself. I used to have to-do lists. I still have to-do lists, but they're usually limited to one or two things. And then if I get those out of the way, I'll add to the to-do list. Or sometimes I have two to-do lists going. I'll do an ambitious one and one that's not going to kill me. And usually it's just I take one or two off on this list. That way I don't forget to do everything. And I'll still forget. Oh, thank you, Lori, for sharing my PD's channel. Sherlock Sews, there is not enough hours in the day. I know, right? If I only had a few more hours. Sherlock Sews, I ordered one that fits the rolls, holds 50, can hang over the door or on clothes hanger or in the closet. Cool. Deborah, I have lists. LOL. Yeah, and I didn't know that there are lists that aren't list makers. I thought it was just smart for everybody to make lists. If you have something you don't want to forget. Wow, that's being a jerk and assuming everybody's brain works like mine. But I can tell you right now, they don't. Thankfully. Could you imagine the mess that would be if everybody followed every squirrel and rabbit hole they had during. Oh my goodness. I had to move it over a little bit. It was starting to lean on me. I'm not gonna like this corner either. I don't want to do a lot of cutting and repositioning. It's just the teeniest little bit. It goes sideways on me. Just a smidge. It's enough to bug me, but not enough that anybody's gonna see it. I really want to get this done because I want to make some cloth for the tablecloth that I'm wanting to make now. And I enjoy making easy blocks on a live. You know, it bothers some people when I say things like, if I can do it, anybody can do it. Because it makes it sound like I'm saying I'm not that bright. That's not what I'm meaning to say. What I should say is you don't know if you don't try. Okay. Can you even see my machine? I wonder if you have trouble hearing me over the machine. I'm trying to talk louder. You know, I could have blunted this when I put it on here. For the future, I will. If I ever make another one. Instead of making this little difficult space that I have to get through. Just instead of going at an angle like this, make it a want. Take the angle out a little bit. Live and learn. I'm pretty happy with all the stuff I'm learning. I've never done turned edge applique. I may not have done it well yet, but I know how. Ish. Did not know how to do, what is that called? Raw edge applique. I'm fixing to figure that out. Didn't know how to use the embroidery stitches. Man, maybe I still don't know how to use the embroidery stitches, but it's working for me. And I say, if it's working for you, that's all you need. I know the stitch right here that I'm using has another purpose. I like it for this purpose, therefore it will be. I'm twisting my hand instead of moving all the fabric. To get that realigned, I was just twisting the palm of my hand to pivot it. I don't know why I like doing that. Pivot the fabric. Oh goodness, I am on here late. I bet somebody wants to get out of bed. I should stop. Let's see. Let's go back into chat, and then we will get our good boys said. And I want everybody to notice that I did not say anything about that thing that I said I wasn't going to say anything about. There's still a few minutes left, though, so that could change. I have lists. Lori says, need to do lists. LOL. Deborah says, I do rabbit holes daily. I'll start looking at fabric, and then I'll think I need somewhere to put it, and then I'll go to the organizing stuff, and then it'll go from fabric to laundry to kitchen to everywhere. And I was like, what did I start looking for in the first place? Fabric. Let's see. First thing I tell new sewers is time and patience and no questions are dumb. Lori is a very intelligent woman. I like that. And I think a lot of the people I follow have that same mentality. There is no dumb question. If you got a question, ask it. Somebody else might have it and be too embarrassed to ask it. I was that somebody else for a long time. I saw, my friend Quilting with Stephanie Stitches over on her channel. She did a Q&A. She took everybody's questions and kind of compiled them into a video, and I was like, "Those are all questions I had. Why did I never ask?" I didn't even think to ask because I usually get told by people to Google it. Figure it out yourself. So that's what I do. Come on, make your life just a little bit easier. Ask the questions. And Lori says, where did I go? Let's see. Deborah says, correct. Sherlock says. Sherlock says, who is Lori? Sewing is always new and changing. When I started sewing again, they came out with Blair cakes, jelly rolls, treats. Nope. Fabrics. LOL. When I started sewing, they had charm packs and Blair cakes and jelly rolls. All the stuff. It's only been 2 years. So they had all this stuff. And I was like, no cutting, no ironing. Okay, there's some ironing, but if I buy the pieces already cut, yes, it costs more. I never buy, like, a straight white color or a straight black color. It just makes more sense to get the yardage and cut that myself. This, I will buy this. I can make this, I will buy this. And sometimes they're just easier to manage if you have small space. Small cuts are easier to manage than big bolts. Okay, guidelines. Have any suggestions? Guidelines. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. I really was gonna stop 10 minutes ago. Sometimes y'all need to hey, woman, shut it. Don't do that. My moms might catch it if I don't. Oh, I hope everybody had a fantastic weekend and you're working on something pretty or functional. It doesn't mean it can't be pretty. That you all have a wonderful week. Smile, say something nice to someone, be the light you want to see in others.